Hi, folks. So, two quick tips that's going to really help you to manage your member subscriptions if you are enabling paid subscribers to subscribe to different areas of your newsletter, but also if you want to issue extra time for them as a complimentary subscription, or if you want to comp them for any other reason. So, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you guys exactly what to do to help make this process super seamless. That's what I want to say. I was going to say seamful, definitely not full of seams. So if you go into your subscriber tab in your publication dashboard, you'll get to this page. Now, what I've done here is I've added myself. So this is an old email address of mine, but you'll get all of your subscribers. So from here, you can filter and you can search for people. You can really pull up any sort of list that you want to pull up between paid subscribers, founding members, comps, your free list. You can also send emails from here that don't appear on your Substack publication. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at comping an old email address of mine, just so you guys know what to do. So we would go ahead and click on that profile. And it's going to give us some really useful information about what's been happening. So this is one that I stay signed up to because it's really helpful for me to see what is coming through, both from what I send, but also what Substack send out. So I think this is a really cool thing to do if you have got an old email address. So sometimes I'll get a boost from Substack. So if you have boost toggled on, you'll get a 20% coupon from Substack. So sometimes I get that for my own publications. It's quite funny. So this is me. So it tells me how many emails I've received and how many I've opened, the subscription type, so a free subscriber to my own newsletter, and then the subscription status is active. If someone has disabled email, it will say email disabled in here, and then it gives you a little bit more information. We'll not go through that today because I'm going to keep this really quick, but there's loads of things that you can look at in terms of what that person is engaging in your specific publication and in your content. We're going to go ahead and press the three buttons, and then we're going to go to this comp button here. And then you have some options here where you can scroll down and select 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, 1 year, forever, or other. So if you were running, say, a competition and someone won a month's free subscription, then obviously that is really easy to do and you can comp them there. If you wanted to give a friend or a family member a forever comp or a year, then you can go ahead and do that if they are subscribed to your list. You will have to ask them to subscribe, or you can add them yourself if you've got that permission. So that's the first one. The second tip is around how you help people navigate their Substack experience. And this is massively important because it's going to cut through the overwhelm of people feeling really, really overwhelmed by emails that Substack send because they do send a lot of emails. So the first thing to say is that you can set up different sections in your publication and either subscribe everyone or subscribe no one. So if you have done that, like one of my clients has here that I'm supporting with our launch, this is the email that she is about to send to try and help people to understand what they can toggle on and off. So she's written this, she's done a lovely little video explaining it as well. And then we've got some screenshots here that we've put together where she's explained to them exactly how to toggle different sections of her newsletter on and off. You can have multiple screenshots here. So we've got a little one here that says toggle on or off daily drawings, and that's what we want to do because she sometimes sends an email every single day in specific months of the year. So we've explained that in the video. We've done a little screen share, and this is just within Substack. We've put this circle on. It's not in any sort of editing software. You can do that right within Substack. So you would just go ahead and edit the image like this. And then what you're going to do is annotate. And then there you've got the option. So we just drew a little ellipse there so that she could get that there. But I'll click off that for now. So when you've written a post like that, or if you write it as a page, or if you write it from your start here, there will be lots of people in your world that never ever see it. So it is good to remind them if you're about to do daily emails, for example, or if you are, if you want to update it in your welcome email, or if you want to be really clear to people that they can toggle off. I'll just explain how it works like in real time. So I'll head over to another newsletter that I'm a subscriber of and show you exactly what I did, and then it will make more sense. Okay, so if I go to my profile, here, and then I'm going to search for Russell Nolte, because Russell is the co-author of our Substack book and he's awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and go onto the author stack. So this is the important bit. So you'd be saying, if you were doing a video like this, you'd be saying, okay, so you go ahead and you go to my publication, show them that there's a URL that they can type in, do it the way that I did it, however you want to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into manage subscription here. And so anytime you land on a Substack publication, the managed subscription links to that Substack publication. And I think that is so confusing. I would have thought you would have been able to manage it just from your own profile, but you have to actually visit the person's publication. So we're here. And then Russell has lots of different things that I can toggle on and off here. And you can see I've toggled lots of them off because he writes a lot of fiction that I don't have time to read. So I don't need to receive the emails for that. So if I wanted to toggle any of these back on again, I would simply just press the button. Now, as creators, we can create lots of different sections, and these are sections, and tell people about it. We can give people a list of it, but we only have the two choices: subscribe everyone when we set it up, or subscribe no one when we set it up. So we've got to give people the tools to be able to do some of this themselves. Now, some people never will because it's far too confusing, but you can give them a good chance of doing that if you're going to be a type of person that wants to send weekly emails and you think your audience don't all want that. If you're going to send daily emails, definitely a good thing. So we do have options there. When it comes to smart notifications, and it's not called that anymore, it's called push, but I want to show you on the app because it's much simpler to do it on the app than it is on the Substack desktop, and it just came up today. So if you are on your app here like this, you're going to press that settings button. And then you're going to get notifications as the third menu item at the moment. So notifications, there we go. And then inside notifications, newsletter delivery, and mine says prefer push. So I've ticked prefer push. You can have prefer email, and push. So if somebody is feeling really overwhelmed by Substack emails and they have prefer push turned on, that means they're going to have an app-based experience. If they have email and push, they're still going to receive into that email inbox, but they can also read in the app. If they prefer email, then they're going to get the emails. So Substack have made this slightly clearer, but it's still not amazingly clear. So if you did want to explain that in any way, the same way that I have, and show them how easy it is from the app, then that's a tool that you've got. And I can do another video on how to do it on desktop, but I'm not going to go into the bowels of it now because this video is always longer than I wanted it to be. So be constantly thinking about your email subscriber experience. It's not like MailChimp or ConvertKit or Flowdesk. Substack is a publishing platform that wants your reader to read lots of other Substacks and pay for lots of other Substacks. And there are pros and cons with that. The attention economy is shorter and smaller because people are pulled in lots of different directions. That said, lots of email subscribers to your Substack never go near the Substack desktop or app. You know, they're just really happy to receive your newsletters, but it's just for us as creators to really understand and know how to try and help navigate people, and then also how to comp people and help look after their profile. So in that space that I showed you about looking after the person's profile, if I was a paid subscriber to my own newsletter, that's where I'd be able to issue a refund. So you can literally click a button to issue a full refund or a pro rata refund, and that's going to all go right through their Stripe connection and refund them either a pro rata amount or a full amount. So if you do get a refund request, that's the way to do it. They can open a dispute with Stripe. I've never had it happen with 600 paying subscribers, but I have lots of colleagues that have had this. And if that happens, then you will be charged for them opening a dispute. So I always try and keep myself really approachable as the curator of my own Substack, and that open dialogue with my readers and members so that they know that they could just drop me an email. So I'm very visible and hands-on, and I think that is honestly why I've never had any sort of dispute through Stripe, because lots of creators that I know have had that. I think that's all. I hope that's really helpful, and I will see you on the next video.